I'm Chris, and this is my wife Laura. We've been at Center Church for about 5 years, from when it started in the backyard, and we've had a lot of kids since then.
For me, kind of personally, being able to be at Center Church every week, enter into worship and just be with a community of people that I kind of consider home, has meant just so much. Being able to be around people who know me and I know them, and we share life together, and the ups, the downs, all of it. I've met some really great new friends here that I just am so grateful to have in my life today, because Center Church exists.
We've had lots of very defining moments at Center Church. I think the one that sticks out to me the most was probably 2 or 3 years ago. We were doing some prayer events, and we were back in a backyard in South Park doing a big prayer event, and we were kind of at a place career-wise where lots of things were up in the air, and we didn't really know what was going to happen and what we needed to do. And that event itself was actually a giant catalyst to me taking some pretty big steps and leaps of faith in starting a business, and just kind of really relying on God financially to provide and to do some pretty big and amazing things.
The families that have found hope, the relationships that have been healed, the bonds that have been made, the people who have found Jesus. It's just the beginning, and so I think I'm in because I can't wait for the future, and I can't wait to see if this is the start, what's coming, and that's exciting to me.
The fruit of what we've seen as a church is worth the fear that I have of letting go of that financial resource, and so it's really there's some reward, and I think sometimes we have this fear that if I give it up, then I lose from my bucket, and I'm not gonna have enough. And I think what I've seen is that God has kind of twisted that a little bit and gone, it's not that you don't have enough, it's that I'm giving you something else, and that is worth the cost of admission.
I think in the area of generosity, I've always had a heart towards being generous, raising generous kids, and just that being a mark of who I am. And I think I'm being challenged to up the ante a little bit.
We give to Center Church because I believe very heavily in what Center Church is about. And I've seen the impact that the church as a community and the outreach and the initiatives that we've had and we've done, I've seen the direct impact that it's had on personal friends and family and strangers. It's not about my return on the investment, it's about his return on the investment, and what does he get out of it. And I think what that is that there are other people who benefit more from the financial resources or from the time or anything that I invest there. They get more out of it than even I do. And so that's what ends up being worth it, is that you see the smiles, you see the hope, you see the restored marriages, you see the fixed finances, you see so many different aspects of people's lives that get changed, that the generosity that we bring to the table, I can't wait for God to continue to bless us financially so that we can do more and have more time and invest more back into kind of the kingdom stuff that he's doing through the church.
If I get to the end and people say I loved God well and I loved others well, then that's the end for me. That's the end game. That's the goal. And so if I can do a little bit today to move me closer to that goal, then great. And that looks like being in and generous and committed to God's call on our family and on Center Church.
When I look at like this campaign and I look at what the initiative and what we're going after, it excites me a lot, because I can't wait to see the impact that it has and the countless thousands upon thousands of lives that the itty bitty little commitment that we're making in this campaign is going to have, the fruit that's going to have. Well, what do you have to lose? What's the alternative? What's the better option? That you continue to do life alone and don't have friends who are going to push you to be better? That you don't see the financial repair in your life that God has in store for you? What do you have to lose?